Well, it is certainly not downtown Houston, but if you're planning to live in Cypress, this is it. This is where you'll come to eat and hang out on the weekends. Personally, when I come here, I have to plan very, very well because the second my daughter sees this little green space, she just wants to stay and run around for hours. So on the weekends, this place is very lively. Oh, and if you're a Towne Lake resident, there is actually a water taxi that can bring you here by boat, so that's pretty bougie for a suburb. When we moved here, it was my husband's dream, actually, it still is his dream, to be able to row himself to World of Beer and then back home. We'll see if that ever happens. Anyways, let's get started on this tour of Towne Lake. So in the distance over there, those big waterfront homes, that is Water's Edge. And if you're looking for a luxury and custom home in Cypress, this is one of the places you'll want to look. The houses there are freaking incredible. I've even seen one with a glass elevator. The road we are on now is Tuckerton, and it's one of the main roads through Towne Lake. It doesn't get overly congested. Of course, the exception is late afternoon and before and after school, but what you see right now is pretty much the usual flow of traffic. In the distance over there is the middle school and elementary school for Towne Lake. They are a big reason Towne Lake is in high demand, top tier schools for Cypher ISD. Towne Lake is actually really nice. My mother-in-law lives nearby and suggested it when we were moving here. And it's kind of funny, she always pronounces the E at the end, Towne Lake. Anyways, we started our search here and it ticked a lot of the boxes. It has good schools, new houses, great amenities, and it's family oriented. But because of how nice it is a bit pricier than what you can get in the neighborhoods nearby. So if you are considering this area, just be prepared for that. We are approaching one of the many parks in the area, and what's cool about Towne Lake compared to a majority of the master plan communities is that the amenities are completely gated and for residents only. You need a key fob to use the park. Areas like Bridgeland, yes, technically it's for the residents only, but since it's more open, a lot of non-residents use the amenities. I personally don't care as long as people clean up after themselves, but some people have a problem with that. Anyways, to the right over there, which I didn't record very well, but where the big tree is, that is a private island for residents. There's a beach there, there's green space, barbecues and whatnot. It's a pretty unique amenity to Towne Lake. The question asked the most is, what is the biggest difference between Towne Lake and Bridgeland? And to me, Towne Lake is built out more and it focuses on the private lake and the luxury resort amenities and of course the commercial development. Bridgeland, on the other hand, it's more about open spaces. There's lots of trees and lakes and more of a, you're in the middle of Cypress, but it feels like you're in nature kind of vibe to it. You know, both are really beautiful communities and almost act like high school rivalries against each other because they are so close to each other. I could literally throw a rock at Bridgeland from here. And bottom line is you'll end up spending about the same when it comes to real estate in both communities. They are very comparable and equally in demand, especially Bridgeland on the Cypher side. When I moved here years ago, Cypress was lacking a bit when it came to restaurants and grocery shopping choices in the area. But in the last year and a half, there is probably a half a dozen of these little strip malls around the communities that have started opening, and our choices are finally expanding, and I'm so freaking excited. In fact, the new H-E-B in Bridgeland, just a few miles from here, opens in a couple of weeks, which apparently is going to be the biggest one in Texas. We have traveled about 3 miles from the main hub of Towne Lake, but I did this on purpose because the common complaint I get from homebuyers looking for new construction is that the lots available feel so far removed from Towne Lake, which I agree. It does feel like this section was kind of an afterthought of an almost completed development. But if you want the Towne Lake schools and a new construction home and don't mind being a few miles away, there is still opportunity here. So welcome to the 80-foot lot section of Towne Lake. Partners and Building is currently the main builder, which is a semi-custom home builder. The homes in this section are going to average about 4,000 square feet and will be in the low millions. It looks like just mostly the lake lots are still available. So let's go check out the 50-foot section so I can rant about my problems with new construction. Welcome to the 50-foot section. The main builders of this particular section is Newmark and David Weekley. I'm asked all the time, are these good builders? And for high volume production builders, I classify them as top tier. They're probably going to be your best options when it comes to selections and design choices within these new construction homes. But here comes the rant. Now, me personally, I've become a little hesitant about high volume new construction builders because in the last few years, I've watched them decrease lot sizes, decrease home sizes, decrease standard features, decrease building material, and then continue to increase the price, and then they slap some incentives on it to make it seem like a really good deal. In my opinion, it's perceived value and home builders are playing the market. Now I understand existing market is also inflated with overpriced, outdated homes. So as a home buyer, it can truly be challenging navigating this market right now. But if you're going to go the new construction route, my recommendation is to look into new construction very, very carefully and do a lot of research before picking a builder and a community. So let's go take a peek at what some of the more established home sections of Towne Lake look like. Crazy because I remember when this section was the model home section and one of the builders' model floor plan had a 2-story closet. The more I think about it, I don't know if I'd want to go up and down the stairs in my closet. What do you all think? Would you want a 2-story closet? Overall, Towne Lake is a very family-friendly, tight-knit community. The home buyers that I have helped move into this community are pretty happy with it and say that the neighbors are friendly and it's a really well-supported community. But if I had to pick the stuff that I don't personally care for about Towne Lake, I'd say there are areas of Towne Lake that don't really feel like it's a part of Towne Lake. Personally, if I was going to live here, I'd want to be really close to the lake and the boardwalk and to take advantage of those things, but you know, that's just me. Although I'd place it in the top 3 neighborhoods in Cypress to live and probably the top 10 for Houston as a whole. By the way, if you like this video and this style of video, please let me know by commenting and subscribing because I've been testing different styles of videos to see what you all really find useful. And if you're moving to Houston and want to go home shopping together, feel free to message me. As always, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time.